Welcome to Home Building Tips, brought to you by Adair Homes. Today's topic is Finding Buildable Land. If you are considering on-your-lot construction or building a custom home, you're probably also wondering, how do I start looking for land? And what am I even looking for? Hunting for land can feel overwhelming at first, but by the end of this video, you'll be armed with the knowledge needed to get started on this important step in the journey. When looking for land, there are many things to consider. The location of your home determines your property taxes, school districts, neighborhood amenities, HOA regulations, and local permitting requirements. The location of nearby utilities can have a big impact on what the required development costs will be. The characteristics of the land will influence the design of the home based on the size of the lot, the setbacks, connections to utilities, and other considerations. It can also impact things like snow load or wind requirements. How many of us have ever needed to think about that when shopping for an existing home? So where to start? First, consider what is most important. What is most important will vary for most people, but location is often right there at the top. Do you know where you would want to build? If the answer is not really, well, that's okay. This doesn't have to be a specific street or neighborhood. It just has to have some definition. We can't define that for you, but as you are attempting to define your area, here are a few things people often consider. School district, if you have or will have school-age kids. Are you looking for a neighborhood? Yes, you can build on your lot in a subdivision. Are you looking for a little more privacy, maybe even rural? Is the distance to your office important? Maybe you telecommute or enjoy a long drive. Maybe distance to a beautiful hike is more important than your daily commute. If cost is more important than school districts or commute, that might open up a whole new world of possibilities. Once you have figured out where you want to be, you will want to find a real estate broker who specializes in land sale in that area. While every realtor can sell land, not every agent is as familiar with the specific details of a land deal. Your local Adair Pro team would love to connect you with a trusted real estate partner. Working with someone who focuses on land sales provides several advantages. They often know about the availability of pocket listings or properties that aren't listed, and they use techniques to find property owners who may be willing to sell their lots. Realtors also have some direct access to the landowners to find out things like, is there a well, and when was it put in? Is there septic approval? Is the property zoned for a home? Is there access to the property? And things like that. The skills to negotiate on your behalf and give you the power to get the best price available can be a great added value as well. The list is endless. Realtors work with professionals in the field and can make your transactions smoother so that they inevitably save you time and money. And here's a pro tip. Many people look for an empty lot to build a new home on, but this isn't the only option. We highly recommend seeking out properties that have older manufactured homes or even a dilapidated home on them. If you find one in the right location, you can demolish, scrap, or sell the existing home to create space for the new construction. There are huge benefits to finding a lot like this. The existing infrastructure, utilities, and landscaping will save you some serious coin when developing the site for construction. The permitting costs may also be easier and often faster. If you prefer to get the feel of the land market in your area, first there are some great options for you. Get on the email list of a real estate website. You can enter your parameters and get daily emails showcasing new properties on the market. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and sites like Redfin or Zillow are great places to look for properties that are being sold by owners as well. Drive around your preferred area and look for signs. It's old school, but it works. You will still often find homemade signs on properties with people who are ready to make a deal. Start a letter writing campaign. We have customers who have had some success in purchasing land or even property with an older dilapidated home or mobile home by writing a letter to the property owner. Please remember, their address is not always the same as the physical address. Your local jurisdiction will have that information available on their website. A word of warning, If you find a listing that seems too good to be true, well, it just might be. There might be issues with the land that will require more site development, foundation, or something as unique as a gopher study that will add to your timeline and often your expenses. A site inspection can help you ferret out the feasibility of a piece of property, but more about that a little later on. When to start looking? Every situation is different, but we recommend allowing 4 to 6 months for the land search process. You might find a suitable lot within the first week, or it could take several months. Don't get discouraged. This is one of those areas where perseverance wins the race. Take the time to find the perfect location and avoid getting locked down into artificial time restrictions. And take all the time you need to find the property that is right for you. Building a new custom home is a lifetime investment, and it's worth spending the time to do it right. We said investment. Did you know that one of the perks of building on your own land is your equity position? The average equity position for Adair Homes customers in 2019 was 25%, which was often more than $100,000. Imagine the possibilities of that. Planning with the Adair Homes Pro Team most often starts long before the land is acquired. Here are some questions to consider. Not every available lot is suitable for building or for every budget. It's important that you are aware of the possible challenges before you buy. We are going to highlight 4 potential pitfalls to watch out for. First, is there utility accessibility? If the lot you are considering does not already have utility connections on the site, get estimates from local providers during your due diligence period so that you understand the costs. If you are not sure about due diligence, we will dig into that more very soon. Second, do you know the zoning requirements? Make sure the land you're interested in is appropriately zoned for residential buildings. Although it's sometimes possible to get zoning exceptions, it's important to know what's possible before you commit to purchasing. And third, what are the permitting requirements? Get information about wind ratings, snow loads, easements, protected areas, and whether the land is in a floodplain. Understanding the associated permitting requirements will help you learn about any additional costs and potential delays for building your dream home. Additionally, you will want to ask if there are any footprint limitations, understanding where on the lot you are able to build so you know you can get the home you want. Knowing the setbacks for the parcel is the key here. For example, small lots might require a narrow floor plan, and even large lots might only be suitable for building within a specified area. You can't always get all of the necessary information before you make an offer on the lot, and you don't want to wait too long to let someone else snag your dream property. We encourage you to make an offer on the land, but to protect yourself, include a 30 to 60 day time frame for due diligence when you make the offer. So what exactly is due diligence? It's defined as reasonable steps taken by a person in order to satisfy a legal requirement, especially in buying or selling. By completion of your due diligence period, you should be able to answer the 4 questions we just reviewed. During this time, we encourage you to seek professional advice so you can determine whether the land is right for you and for your budget. You will want to have a professional property evaluation. You'll want to visit with the local jurisdiction to get answers to the unknowns specific to this piece of land. And you'll want to schedule a home planning meeting to make sure your budget is still in alignment. If that sounds intimidating, the good news is that the pro team at Adair Homes is glad to help. We offer complimentary property evaluations, home planning meetings, and will provide you with a list of questions to ask the jurisdiction. During the due diligence process, if you determine that you're able to buy the land and build the home you want on it, move forward with the purchase, and yay you! If you learn that site development costs will be too much or the permitting process will be too difficult, you don't have to follow through with the sale. Just rescind your offer, and this starts the land search over again. But it's definitely better to identify those issues in advance rather than dealing with them once you're locked in. Well, what's next? So once you've put an offer in on the land and you have the due diligence period to determine if it's the right fit, Adair Homes free property evaluation is the next natural step in building your dream home. Adair's construction manager will assess your property and provide you with a property evaluation report. The goal here is to give you important information and feedback to determine if the property is what you expected and will fit within your budget. With a little information from the property evaluation report and a little work with our pro team, you will have a better understanding of the site development costs associated with building on your property. The site development costs will include things like water, power, sewer, or septic, roadways, excavation, building permits, and more. Adair Homes provides the property evaluation and home planning meetings at no charge because we feel it's crucial for identifying your total project cost. We want to see if building a new Adair home is truly a good investment for you. Now that we've answered the most common questions about finding land, it's time to start the journey of making your dream home a reality. We would love to hear from you, so please be sure to comment below if you found this information helpful. If you have specific questions, we are happy to help with those too. We hope you're ready to join the over 21,000 families who have built their dream with Adair Homes. Want more home building tips? Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also download helpful resource material on our website. You can find the resources by going to www.adairhomes.com/HBT. Thanks again for joining us today.